We are working here live on the pin setter unconversion. I got the camera propped up kind of in a precarious way here at the tripod on the ball track, so it's going to sit crooked. Sorry. Let me show you a little bit of what I've done so far. I've got the shotgun removed now. This is now just a bar. The rake lift shaft across the top here has been replaced. I got to replace the links on here that are different from the A2. These are the original A. They're slotted instead. I've replaced those already, and I took out the linkages that went from here for the shotgun that would have mounted right here. They go down to the cushion that lifted up, and I got those removed. So I'm just kind of working away here. Thought I'd do a quick live stream while I'm doing it. There we go. It's working so far. Right now I'm going to remove the reset solenoid that is for the A2. That's coming off. There's the old linkage that goes on here that connects up to the front where the second ball solenoid is, so I'm going to have to incorporate that. I think I've got one that I got down in Huma that'll work. But for right now, the reset solenoid is coming off. Hope you can hear me okay too. But this is coming out. I figure maybe I'll take a bunch of these parts. What's up, Caleb? Up to Plano Super Bowl, since I won't be needing them anymore and they use them. So maybe they want to hang on to them and they'll be able to utilize them. Hey, Jason, what's going on? Just working on the A2 unconversion here. Going back to an A. Not really remembering what all is involved. Just got to start taking it apart. I got a whole tub full of parts, so I'm just kind of winging it. There's the solenoid. It just fits in the plunger up in the hole. It doesn't actually attach. See, the plunger just sits up in there. A lot of times when you have a rake down no trigger or something like that, or a reset problem, sometimes these things are clocked a little bit one way or the other, and the solenoid is having to push at a funny angle, and it doesn't have a good clean raise on it to trip the machine. Right now I got it at about 45 degrees. Yes, William, we'll be trying to do the 90-degree over travel. Actually, let me cover that real quick. Hang on one second, everybody. Got something in the mail today. This is what happened when you got good people. I'll turn around so we don't know where we live here. Glitching mic. Hopefully you can hear me okay. But this is the 90-degree over travel. I went to Missouri about 2 months ago, worked on their bowling alley, and he's got a bunch of parts from some machines that are parted out. Look at that. Here's the 90-degree over travel link. So that's going to be a fun one to install. This goes on the bottom of the detector. I looked at it last night. I see where it goes. So I'm going to keep this aside, but that is the 90-degree over travel link. So that'll be going on at some point. Like I say, let me go over to my tub, get my parts here, and show you what I got. Be right back. I was able to go into Twin Lanes up in Cleveland. They had a bunch of machines that they were no longer going to be using, and I was able to rate them. Oh man, I found a part that I needed. I didn't think I had, that I just made for the rake lifting, for the rake lift rod. All right. Yeah, I just found this in my bucket of parts. I needed this a minute ago. I actually made this spacer on here out of another one that I had, but anyways, good enough to have spare parts. This is the old shotgun, or the hockey stick. This goes on the top, this goes on the bottom, and there's a little rod that goes in between the two, and whenever the cushion gets hit, it pivots in the middle, and it pushes on the top. We'll push on this, which pushes on this, and this is the linkage This is the actual reset linkage right here for the reset button, and this is the linkage that'll trip the machine. So I've got to take off the one that's on here now, put this in here, and that way actually it goes like that. There we go. I got to put it in like that. So I'm going to put that together, and I'm putting lots of grease on everything as I'm doing it. A lot of this stuff won't come apart again. So this is my next thing to put in, and this is going to take a little bit of work. But the outer range linkage goes through here. What's attached up there? There's a spring attached there, and then this just slides in on the shaft. Not sure what I use as well as, but if I got any questions, I got Anthony up in Missouri at Hamilton Bowl, where I went up to a couple of months ago to work for him for the day, all for free. I don't charge. I enjoyed doing it. He had a lane that wasn't working right. It had been a problem lane for a long time. Turned out we put a new detector on it, and that fixed everything. But it was a lot of work, but a lot of fun. And at the end of it, if you look at the videos in the folder, places visited and Hamilton Bowl, where I threw a few at the end, it was a machine that it hadn't been working right for a while. It had the rake lift mechanism over here that the bar attaches to is bent. Luckily, he had a replacement. Somebody bought a brand new one, they just never put it in. So he was able to replace that. Then I got up there, and the machine just wouldn't work right. It kept staying on second ball, and luckily he's got a lot of parts in stock up there that he actually mailed me that link, that 90-degree over travel link. He had some spare ones. Where was I going with all that? Anyways, I went up there, worked for the day, changed the detector. That fixed the 1-2 ball problem, got the machine working, adjusted a bunch of things, the spotting fingers, blocking fingers, and clutch and everything, got it working real good. So he mailed me that, and yesterday I had to message him again and say, hey, do you have another part for me? So it goes on the side of the detector, which works with the rake. The way the rake drops on the A's is a lot more complex than on an A2 like this one. And luckily I've got the unit out on the lane that goes on the front. Here's the cam follower. This hasn't been used since it was a Model A, but it's still on there. This is a Model A 1-to-1, and it just basically is just sitting here not being used. But with the way the A works, there's a different, where are you going bowling, Caleb? Don't hit that rake. This rake cam follower here will be utilized again with the rake cam follower that I got from Twin Lanes. It was up in Cleveland. They were basically selling the bowling alley to a developer that actually kept the downstairs bowling alley, but the upstairs has been closed for about 20 years. But they had about 24 lanes up there. I can't remember if it was 12 and 12 or 16 and 16 upstairs, but it was a shame going up there and seeing that. Just the pin setters sitting there. The lanes have been cut out on one side that they use for flooring downstairs. But the machines were free picking, so basically got up there before they were gone. And he said, take what you need. So I went through and took off as many things as I thought I might be using on this thing. So we bowled last night. I hope you got to enjoy the A2 speed night. That was a lot of fun. Let's see. Trying to figure out how this goes on here. But if worse came to worse, I can get with Anthony at Hamilton Bowl, and maybe he can send me pictures of stuff. Okay, so I just need to remove one linkage right here and one pin, and this whole thing will slide right off. Actually, there's the spacer for it. So I'm gonna quit babbling here and get some work done. So if you want to keep watching, hope you enjoy it. I'll keep trying to talk and explain what I'm doing as best I can. I won't stay live all afternoon, but I figured I'd pop on for a little while, show you the progress is happening. The mod is underway. So last night was our last A2 bowling night. There we go. I got to pull this one pin out right here. This is on the outer range linkage, because this link is coming off. Get that out of the way. Let's see. Is that it? Oh no, there's another one hiding back there in this this one hiding here. Remind me later when I don't know how this goes back together. Okay, there's an X washer right here. That's going to be in the way. I'm not able to really watch comments here very quickly, but or very well. Hopefully you'll forgive me. All right, here we go. Hopefully I can get this X washer off. It's on the other side. It's kind of hard to see it. There we go. Pin in the back with a spring. All right, remind me that goes on the back of that link later when I don't remember how this happened. I don't have pictures. So I say that's where Anthony's going to come in handy for me. If I got a question or something, he's got Model A's at Hamilton Bowl, and he can probably tell me or show me pictures of stuff if I need it. All right, let's see. Hamilton Bowl is in Hamilton, Missouri. They bought an 8-lane bowling alley. It's really, really cool up there. If you're ever up in Missouri, it's about an hour north of Kansas City, east of Cameron. You got to go by and check them out. You got 8 good running Model A's, great owners. The town seems to be happy with them that they bought this bowling alley, and they're trying to get everything going real good in it. Come on, you. What's your hang up? What are you? Okay, it's just being a little temperamental here. It doesn't want to go. It's been here too long. Come on. Come on, there you go. Thank you. That's a good old part too. They made it better then. All right, let me get my grease here. Grease up the old shaft. And see if we can't slip this guy on here. Gotta make sure I do this right. This is the actual reset linkage I told you. So, all right. That guy sits up over here. Come on now. Be kind. There you go. Uh-oh. That's on the wrong side. Do this again. Reset linkage was on the wrong side for where it ended up. Come on. Come on, everybody, behave. Be nice to me. Did I go behind that? I think so. Huh. Well, there's a pin in there. This has got to rotate back. Go on the other side of that, and this other stuff is all in the way. I can't pull that out because it's hooked up to the 4-to-1. Quandary. Oh, there we go. Push that down. Come on. Come on. Be kind. When in doubt, if you need a hammer, bowling pins make great non-marking hammers. Whoops. Now I got the link in the wrong spot. There we go. Finish tapping it the rest of the way in there. Bingo. Well, it goes up there somehow. That'll make more sense when I get more of this stuff together. Okay. I think that goes in there, or did that go up there? What's up, Peachy? We're in the middle of a A2 mod. We're going back to from A2 to A. Okay, that's the long one that goes through there. Remember what I was saying a little while ago? Okay. So that goes to the top. This goes through the bottom. I believe that goes through there. That goes through there on the top. So maybe this goes through the bottom. Oh, forgot. Lube. Grease. Go. That goes through the top. Spring goes on there somewhere. And where the heck did that? Okay, that goes on there. I think this is making sense. Should have taken more pictures before I did this. So how's everybody's Monday? Oh, no, this went through this way. Got league tonight. Tune in and watch this bowl league from USA Bowl. We'll be on about 7:15 tonight. Okay, there we go. Alright, and I just got to figure out where to put the spring back on there. I put the washer on there. Getting ahead of myself. Forgot to put the X washer back on. Don't get ahead of yourself. Oh. Well, there went that X washer somewhere. Luckily, I have more. Went and bought my Otis green paint this morning. Had to drive to the other side of Mesquite, which is about 20 minutes away from us, but I couldn't find my Otis green paint anywhere else. Amazon had it, and now they're out of it. So luckily I was able to find it. This drab olive, what I found, if you put it on stuff and then use like a little WD-40 or greasy rag or something and kind of wipe a little grease into it, it kind of brings out the color of the paint, makes it a little darker, it kind of gives it that older aged look to it, and it matches the Otis green paint pretty good. Alright, got the reset linkage in here. This is the bottom. This is what actually triggers the machine. So whenever you throw the ball, the hockey sticks up here and it pivots forward. It's going to push this, which brings this guy out, and that starts your cycle of the pin setter. Just got to put this back in. And there's a spring there too. I'm going to have to get the X washer from the other side on this one. Here's my spring here. It went around there. I think I'm going to wait till I can probably get the X washer on still. Come on. Put the spring around that guy. Shoot, that doesn't really get a lot of clearance. I have to check up on that. That spring's gonna be a little tight through there. Let's see. Now, are my bolts gonna be the same size going back on here that came out? I'm gonna guess probably not. Yep, those are a lot longer. Oh, that one actually might work. But the other ones had a spacer. This is what held the reset solenoid on. Yeah, it's going to be way too long. It's like I'm going to be making a trip to the hardware store. Getting a little shorter bolt. Probably if I put a washer on this one, that'll help a little bit too, which it needs one anyways. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to go to the hardware store here. Get a little shorter bolt there. Maybe about a 1/4 inch shorter. About a 1/2 inch shorter on that one. That's a lot longer than it needs to be. But next, I'm going to hook up the reset solenoid. Here's the reset solenoid linkage now for whenever you push the reset button. The machine's mechanically triggered. Oh yeah, that. Like, where'd that spring come from? Let's see. There we go. That goes on there. We're making really good progress. I think now is time to do a little parts break. I'm going to go to the hardware store, get a few bolts I need, because the forward bolt I got for the rake lift arm up there is way too long. So anyways, I'm going to be doing videos as I go on this whole thing, so stay tuned. Just because I'm not on doesn't mean you're not going to get to see it. And I'm going to cover everything, hopefully. And hopefully we're going to get this thing knocked out pretty quick. It's going really well today. So I'll be on later from bowling. If you want to check league action tonight, got Aaron to adjust my back earlier. Just found this good spot right in my lower back and press on it. Got a nice pop out of it. So hopefully that got me back in alignment. I'll be leaving it and Tylenoling it all day too. So, but we're making good progress here. Maybe the cushion uniball link is flipped on the wrong side. It should be facing back, not front. No, this one actually does face forward. This part faces forward. I'm almost positive. Do I have that backwards? I let this part face forward and the rod went in between the two. Yeah, I think this is just a guide. This does face forward. If not, I can flip it, but I believe, I'm almost positive that's the way that goes on there. I can get, well, I can't get Hamilton up to Missouri to show me because they don't use their hockey sticks. But anyways, we got the linkage done. Got the rake arm replaced up top, the rake lift shaft, I mean. The shotgun's out, the new rod's in there. We're making good progress. So pretty soon I'll be taking the cushion out, which is nothing I'm looking forward to. I got to unbolt both linkages from the kickback. And then I'm going to have to get at the Sawzall because the curtain brackets for the A2 go right through the middle. Let me show you that real quick here. Let's see if you're looking where I am. Right here, there's the curtain bracket for the A2. Goes right up between, I've got a little tape on here for my Y-switch arm that hits over here. But see, this is the mount for the A. So I'm going to have to get a Sawzall and cut this off right here. And then that's the new mount for the cushions when they go on. So I'm going to have to cut that up top. That's going to be a pain. And also over here, if you can see right here, the ball lift rod thing would be like right here where my finger is. There's a taller set of lift rods I get, and this was cut off back when they did the mod. But I've got one for that. I'm going to have to cut that off here a little higher, then get my other one and cut it, and then it's going to have to be welded all the way around there. But it's got a nice little angle bracket to fit on the back side for a little bit of support, but it sticks over here. Lift rods go there. This ball return track will come out. I've got the original style ball track to put in there. But there's a shot of the dirty gearbox and everything. I'm going to go ahead and end it here and head up to the hardware store and get a few things. We'll keep going though. I'll check back later. Thanks for watching.